Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Right Wing Rico. We're back. Um, this is going to be a good one. I'm starting to like what I'm seeing. I'm very impressed with the fact that so far, so good. Those of us who supported Trump the past 4 years or more are very, very excited and very happy to see the progress that he's been making. We are literally getting our money's worth. One thing Trump is talking about now is returning some of the money that Doge has discovered that has been going to all these random places and being improperly spent, giving a percentage of that money back to the American people. Now, there are some critics who are saying, well, Trump's numbers aren't adding up. Out of 100%, he said 20% to a refund to the American taxpayers. Then another 20% should go pay down the debt. But people are saying, okay, well, that's 40. Where's the other 60% going? Which is a fair criticism. It's a fair question. Hopefully we'll get some explanation for that. However, if you were not asking those questions 4 years ago, please don't start now. You didn't care. Just because Trump's the president now, don't start chiming in. If you didn't chime in when Trump was on the sidelines and Kamala Harris and the crypt keeper himself, Joe Biden, when they were in charge, if you did not have the same amount of veracity of questions and the same level of curiosity, don't you dare have that level now. If you were not in 2021 protesting against all the Keystone Pipeline employees being fired when they lost their jobs abruptly, connecting a pipeline from Canada that ran all the way down to Texas, then do not complain about federal workers losing their jobs right now. If you were not out there with the frontline doctors of America protesting what was happening when they said, hey, there's going to be a mandate for companies over 100 employees, you're going to have to fire them if they don't comply with this illegal and unconstitutional force where we take over your body and we force you to join a medical experiment. If you didn't complain then, do not start complaining now. So I don't want to hear your criticisms about Doge in this money. This is money that you were not expecting anyway. This is money that was gone. Matter of fact, this is money that they were spending on to turn transvestite hamsters in southern Argentina when they're in blacklight experiments. Like what the hell is that? You didn't know. You didn't care. Now, just because Trump and Elon Musk are being transparent does not mean you can just abuse their kindness and abuse their transparency and start to complain and ask a lot of questions. You were not asking any questions before. Take this amount of transparency and be appreciative of it. But now, what that's doing is that's giving the American people something that we've never had. We've never directly had a direct president offering us exact benefits that we can measure in real time. In a way, most Americans see the presidential race as a popularity contest when you're choosing who's going to be the I don't know the class. What is it called? The homecoming queen and king of the high school. People vote for who they're going to think to be the president on that, like it's a popularity thing, and it's not. It's a negotiation. Trump just upped the ante. Now he's telling you, if you vote for me, I'm going to offer you this verbatim. This is what I'm going to give you. A direct offer that's going to benefit you, and they're telling you how it's going to benefit you. We are Americans. The only benefits that naturally will matter to an American are financial benefits. Don't get me wrong. We want laws enforced. We want strong borders. We want child molesters and people who groom them put in prison. No more of this, playing patty cake and, oh, well, you're a map. You're attracted to children, so you're a part of this community over here. No. All that is over. We're not doing that anymore. We're not being tolerant. We're not allies. We're not just accepting any and everything. That slippery slope now has sand on it. There's no more moisture. The buck stops here. But now that Doge, it's doing a real which makes perfect sense to me because we should not be paying property taxes on property that we own. So, in my opinion, this will be DeSantis's way of getting himself back into the race as the 48th president of the United States. If DeSantis is able to successfully do this in Florida, he has my vote. Do you know what the elimination of property taxes would do for the income of property owners across the country? If he can succeed with this in Florida, then he can do this in other states. I'm in Texas. We'd be next in line. I would love to see J.D. Vance as president. Has J.D. Vance told me what he would do for me? No. As of right now, DeSantis is in the running first place for me. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., I love his position. If he wanted to run for president, I would consider it because he would offer me better health for our citizens by removing the poison from our food. That is a net positive. But is it financial? Can net positive healthcare benefits outweigh direct income, direct finance, direct funding from money that you're saving? A penny saved is a penny earned. It cannot. Nothing can subsidize it. Actually, this right here is the biggest thing that I've seen proposed since Trump has actually become president. Now, we're going to do another video after this one that's going to ask a very hard question. Is Doge the Trojan horse to bring in UBI, which Musk is a huge fan of? And in my opinion, the answer is yes. I'll explain that to you, but we're going to stay on this topic. Let's hear what DeSantis actually has to say. Our forefathers, and particularly our founding fathers of the United States, viewed property ownership as a fundamental right and the cornerstone of liberty. They believed it was essential for individual freedom, economic independence, and civic responsibility, which it is. Because if you're taking care of your home because you own it, then you take care of your community. And that's why we don't like people from other communities that don't own anything. They don't take care of the area. They trash things. They're not connected to it. So we don't want them there. They call us names because we want to keep our areas nice, which is ridiculous. So the founding fathers had no idea things were going to get out of control. Influenced by thinkers like John Locke, they saw property as a natural right tied to life and liberty, which it absolutely is, which the government should protect. This is reflected in the Declaration of Independence, Pursuit of Happiness, replacing Locke's property, and the Constitution safeguards like the Fifth Amendment protection against unlawful seizure. Is it unlawful seizure if you own a property and you don't pay taxes and the government takes it? I had just got a big bill, a threatening letter from the IRS over only a few grand. I don't even understand. I don't owe it, but they sent me a letter talking about they wanted to do a levy on one of my properties. I don't think the founding fathers intended on seizing property from people for not paying a tax. The whole purpose of independence was to get away from BS taxes from the crown. And here we are now having it turned on us. Taxation is theft. There, if you look through the federal codes, there are no laws where they can, you would have to file a Freedom of Information Act and you would request, how are you charging me? Where are you getting these amounts from? And they don't respond from what I've heard. And I actually might try this out. I just was a little bit apprehensive before, but now it doesn't make any sense when you think about it. And others are starting to fight back. Let's see here. I want to see DeSantis. What did he say about this? Right here.
Higher property taxes to pay for these spending habits. And these property taxes, it's like you buy a home, you buy land, you buy the home outright, maybe you pay off the mortgage over 30 years, and then you paid off the mortgage, you bought the land, you pay tax many times. It's like, is it your property or not? Just for being on your property, you got to write a check to the government every year. So you're basically paying rent to the government to live on your own property. And our homestead exemption is not strong enough to help these folks because the property gets assessed so high. And that's the thing. If you buy a home for $300,000 and there's certain tax, well, then what? 10 years later, they say it's worth 700,000. And so, and they said, there's homestead stuff that helps protect you to a certain extent, but you're paying more. And people can't afford that. So I think that that's a big issue. And I know we're going to be really looking at ways to bring people relief from that, because I think it's been really something that's pinching a lot of homeowners, particularly seniors on fixed income. But the reality is people have seen, and this is not the state, we don't control this, we've not allowed any of that stuff to happen. We've been cutting taxes, but people have seen their property tax liability go up over these last years because the property is being assessed higher and higher. And the reality is you don't really know how much your home is worth until someone offers you money and is willing to pull the trigger on a sale. That's how a market works. You can say it's worth this much, but if no one's willing to come and offer you that much, then why should you pay taxes on that amount? And so there's a lot of things that need to be done with that. But as part of our DOGE initiative, our state task force will look into local government expenditures by utilizing publicly.
Well, look, it's a bold plan. It's a bold move. It's brave. I like it. Going forward, Trump has offered us so much. It's only been a month. We're only a month into his presidency. He's offered us and given us so much results. And he's already saying, look, there's going to be a financial incentive, a financial gain, a net positive into your pockets soon. A lot of people don't want to hear that. A lot of people do want to hear that. My vote is absolutely for sale, but you're going to have to offer me something. Now that I've seen that that it's possible, now that Trump's offering us stuff for our votes, I don't want to hear campaign slogans. I don't want to hear about, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to change that and blah, blah. I don't want to see nothing. How much are you paying? How much is going to hit my account? How much is going to be reduced from my tax liability? Let me see proof that it's going to go through as soon as you're elected. I need to see what I'm going to benefit from your presidency. I'm tired of these. I find out Ilhan fucking Omar is worth $84 million for getting up on stage and complaining about racism in America. What? So wait a minute. So everybody in America, anybody can come over here and milk my country and milk my government and rob us with backroom deals and cutting all these little secretive meetings and dealing with lobbyists and all this corrupt nonsense. Everyone can come here, run for office and get rich. But it's wrong for the constituents to say, where's my cut? No, F that. Those days are over. The free ride where we're just giving our votes around whoever we think looks good or sounds good, that's over. I need to know exactly what I'm getting and when I'm going to get it. Everybody else can just come here and get rich. Everybody else can come over here and just scam everybody. No. The people need to know what's in it for us. How are we the wealthiest country in the world, but most of us are not living any different than other people? Yeah, I live different, but I'm conservative. I work. I believe in work. My family came to this country to work. We didn't come to this country for the right to live on the streets or the right to just be mediocre. We came here to do things. That's what people understand. That's what when you're asking for freedom, it's freedom to work, not freedom to sit at home and get free money from the government. One group in particular, one demographic, you know what it is? It's kind of an American thing. Unfortunately, some of us are born, I don't know what triggers them to feel entitled to free stuff just because they're an American, but we have to get that out of them. But I know this, I don't want to pay for it no more. Someone's going to have to offer me something, but I don't want that money just being handed over to people on the bottom so they can just live there and become our enemies. We're basically turning people, we're basically supplementing and enabling a group of people to become enemies of our republic, but I'm supposed to split the benefits of the hard work and effort it comes to maintaining this country with them. That doesn't make sense. We have to do something about cutting this other lower class away from the rest of us, but also we have to make sure that we are also benefiting from whoever's in office or they're no longer getting our vote. Someone like DeSantis coming out and offering a chance to reduce or eliminate federal property taxes, Trump already said he wants to get rid of the IRS. He already had my vote from then, whenever he first announced that, because that's money that we're being saved because we're not being preyed on. 87,000 new agents that are going to be picking through my $20 and $30 Cash App transactions. Get the hell out of here. DeSantis is literally number one, in my opinion, right now for the presidency of 2028, if he can pull this off in Florida. Do not, mark my words, do not pull this, do not discount DeSantis. If he pulls this off in Florida, he can wear high heel pumps for all I give a damn. I don't care how many inches he adds to his height by putting heels on. I don't care about the jokes. DeSantis did a hell of a job kicking those pedophiles' asses, running all the gay drag shows out, and he whooped the hell out of Disney for trying to join into politics when it came to protecting children from surgeries that are given to them from adults when they're underage. Disney should have never stuck their nose in it, and DeSantis made them pay. He did a hell of a job. He's a soldier, and no one talks about him anymore because of a few jokes. Should he have won against Trump? No. But don't ever discount him. Florida's an amazing place now, thanks to Ron DeSantis. So, and don't get me wrong, I love Texas. Greg Abbott did an amazing job down here. But he has to start thinking out of the box and offering Texans benefits the way DeSantis is doing if he is going to eventually run for president himself. He saved Texas from the lockdowns, but now we're going to need financial incentives. For one thing, to be an American is to be an elite. American citizenship is elite no matter where you go in the world. I've been to different parts of the world, lived in different countries. My passport means something. It means everything. If they're just saying just anybody can come over here and vote without an ID who's not an American citizen, then that means American citizenship means nothing. We have to make sure that our citizenship grants us benefits that it does not grant to people who are not citizens. Financial incentives given to the people, the same way they do in like Saudi Arabia, how they split it amongst the people, the money from the oil dividends or whatever. Something like that should be happening in America too. And Trump's already talking about doing that with Doge and Musk. DeSantis, if he can tap into that and do it for the Floridians, then we have a new contender for the 2028 election. If you agree, leave me a comment, like and subscribe. I'll be back on. We're going to talk about the UBI Trojan horse, which is Doge. And we're going to read and we're going to just go down memory lane and go over the forgotten words of Elon Musk when it came to UBI. Again, I'm tired of funding our own opposition. The people at the bottom, the gay community, the black community, we subsidize their lives. And we're basically feeding our enemies to be our enemies. The money you give them, they resent you for giving it to them. All that's going to have to change. We do not need UBI to increase, and then that's going to just increase the welfare and turn everybody into those community. We can't do that. So we'll be back. But what DeSantis is doing, if you're a property owner and you can get rid of your property taxes, that means you are part of the system. At one point in time, only property owners could vote, which literally made a lot of sense because they knew you were a part of the community and they knew you cared about the community and you were going to vote in favor of the community and not in favor of your ideology or political party. So let's keep that in mind. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. If you're following this on X, click the link in my bio and follow on YouTube. We have more videos coming out. Sorry, I was a little under the weather, but feeling better now. Ordered some ivermectin off of Amazon. Got here in one day. I feel way better. So if not giving anybody any medical advice, just telling you what I did for myself. Yeah. I wish somebody would pretend it's only for horses. People lie a lot. So anyway, we'll be back shortly. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll look forward to hearing from you in a minute.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.